I really just have to go. So, yeah, I have to go.
The government so reluctant to speak on this
Morning,
matter.
Prime Minister.
I saw you speaking on it at a town hall meeting, and
Morning, Prime Minister.
you received a note from the press secretary, and then you became very unsure of your statements and cut
Yes,
short
good morning, Prime
a
Minister.
report that you were giving.
Prime
You're
Minister,
on. You're on with the prime minister. Wow.
yes, please. So just give me 1 minute, please. I'll be there in 60 seconds. Thanks. Tell you quickly.
Well, in that case, Minister, just since you've run out of time, I'd like to use this last few seconds that you will graciously grant me to ask you about the Cuban Medical Brigade. The country, Grenada, announced what it called important changes, but the country, we have not been told as a people what those changes are. Can you just tell us what has changed? And does Grenada now pay the doctors directly? Does Cuba still manage their remuneration? And what's happening there? We haven't heard anything as a people of Grenada. And also,
All
how
right.
is that
So,
expected to impact our continued relationship of getting those doctors that we so desperately need from Cuba? Is Cuba pulling their doctors back? Is this the last batch of Cubans that we
okay.
can see at our hospital? A lot of questions. I hope you got them all,
All right.
Minister.
So Cuba is not pulling the doctors back. Our relationship with Cuba remains very vibrant and alive, as it has always been. The the truth is, we don't really have a problem in our system. Allegations were made regarding the system, which turned out to be untrue. There is no so our system works fine, and we continue to. I really just have to go. So, yeah, I have to go.
The government so reluctant to speak on this
Morning,
matter.
Prime Minister.
I saw you speaking on it at a town hall meeting, and
Morning, Prime Minister.
you received a note from the press secretary, and then you became very unsure of your statements and cut
Yes,
short
good morning, Prime
a
Minister.
report that you were giving.
Prime
You're
Minister,
on. You're on with the prime minister. Wow.
yes, please. So just give me 1 minute, please. I'll be there in 60 seconds. Thanks. All right.
So as I was saying, Minister, before you took that call from the Prime Minister, that I observed you were about to give a report to the people of the country in a town hall meeting on Thursday night. You received a note. A note was passed to you by the press secretary based on what I'm seeing on the video, and then you became very unsure in your presentation of the information, and you appeared to cut it short. What's going on there? What's the government hiding?
I'll move right into the Cuba-Grenada agreement. As you're well aware, there has been some noises, and the government of Grenada has reviewed the operations of the brigade on ground in Grenada. I want to say categorically that from the inception to now, nothing has been changed as far as the treatment and the recruitment of workers in the brigade. Absolutely nothing was done. So this government has done nothing different to the practice for the past few decades. However, we were informed of certain allegations like human trafficking, forced labor, and all of that. Our investigation revealed that no such activities happened or is happening within the sovereign state of Grenada. So that has not been happening. However, we recognize that the workers were made to pay over a certain portion of the salary to the Cuban authorities. That's what we are told. And so we have since traveled to the island of Cuba to meet with a Cuban delegation there, Minister for Health and his other colleagues within the system, including the recruitment agency. And we have been, myself and Minister Joseph Handel, who's the foreign minister, as well as the Grenadian ambassador in Cuba, met with the Cuban delegation, the Minister for Health there and his team, in addition to So, ladies and gentlemen, we are able to treat with that, and as we speak, we have been able to reach agreement with the Cuban authorities that no amounts of the people's salaries to be deducted in that way.
Is the government hiding
Nothing
something
that-
from us? Is the government hiding something from us?
I want to tell you this categorically clear. I said at that meeting exactly what I intended to say. I did not cut anything. Yes, I became a bit, I would say it kind of broke my concentration a bit when I got a note, but it had nothing to do with my statement. My statement was not cut, period.
Will the agreement, this new agreement, these changes that have been made, will they be brought to the parliament? Will they be tabled in the parliament as a report or something like that? Will the public get, will Grenadians, the government, which is the people of the country, will they get to know what is this new relationship, this new arrangement that we have with Cuba? The government has been very vague so far. We have not been given details. We understand that funds were being withheld even before the arrangement was made, even before your trip to Havana. We don't know what's going on. People are curious. Are you willing to answer, Minister?
No, I'm not in a position to answer those questions at this time.
But yet you say that the government does not have anything to hide on this issue.
I don't think that there's anything to hide.
Is it a fear
But
of is it a fear of Washington that Grenada has to be careful about what it says about this agreement? I noticed we appeared very grateful to the United States in our statement that we issued on them bringing this to our attention. Apparently, we had been unaware of the relationship we had with Cuba all these decades.
So these are foreign affairs type questions. These are not questions for my response. So that is the reason why.
But Minister, you were part of the delegation that went to Havana. You sat down and had discussions with our Ministry of Foreign Affairs officials, our ambassador there, as well as the Cuban counterparts, including the Cuban Minister of Health.
Right. So we sat with them and we have agreed that we can continue the program. They will not be pulling their doctors from us. Our training of medical personnel will continue, as well as the doctors will continue. So we've agreed to continue. And it was important that we have these discussions. All right, so thank you.
But still no word on what exactly the changes are and what the content of the new agreement is. But Minister, I look forward to you coming back. Maybe at that point you will be free to talk to us about the content of this agreement. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you being on the program, as always.
You're welcome.
Hi everyone. Thanks for checking out the Bub Report's social media pages. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch our weekly live show, follow our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can catch repeat episodes on Wednesdays at 4 and 5 p.m. respectively on CRFM Radio and GBN TV in Grenada. We are also viewed on Sundays at 8 p.m. on WPG 10 throughout the Caribbean. Thanks for watching.